Oops. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Wheelchair Wednesday chat. And today I'm going to tackle buildings and specifically elevators. I realize that sometimes we have to get into a building and have a roof over our heads, wherever that may be. However, I call on to any manager of buildings with elevators that don't you dare put the elderly or people with disabilities anywhere but first floor. Because even in my own building, folks, the manager assigned me the second floor. And I'm thinking to myself, what on earth? What if the lights go out, the elevator goes out, a fire in the building? I mean, whatever it might be. I can't do stairs. So I was like, this is not going to work. So I talked to the manager and said, oh, no, we just moved you up to second floor. I'm not moving you again. You're going to stay there. And I said, wait a minute. Did you ever think a fire, problem with the elevator, any other urgency that I would need to tear out of here and get out of the building? And you put me on second floor where you saw my wheelchair. So I said to the manager, I want you to think about this. I want you to think hard about it. And I want you to see if you can rearrange something. Truly. So the manager kind of thought about it, discussed it with her team, blah, blah, blah. And finally, she saw the light. She said, okay, we get it. So in October, which is Fire Prevention Month, the fire department couldn't come exactly that month, but they came in early November, which was great. So I think she spoke a little bit to the fire department, and when the fire department saw all these walkers and wheelchairs, well, I'm the only wheelchair user, but they started talking about floors and handling stairs and plans to get out of the building, and the manager is staring at the fire department person, the speaker, and she probably spoke to him too, and he said, oh yeah, if you have anybody who can't do stairs, you might as well move them down to first floor, or always have them on first floor. So because the staff were telling me, well, the fire department will grab you and take you down. And it's like, if you have a space on first floor, why distract the firemen when they have 20 people to evacuate? Why are you going to distract a fireman in dragging somebody down the stairs when they have all these other people they need to evacuate? If you put the person in the wheelchair or people who can't handle the stairs on first floor, then it's not a distraction. They know how to get out. And then the firemen don't have to be distracted and pull staff or a rescuer to, it's just common sense. So here in what I'm looking at, folks, is this article from the Philadelphia Inquirer. And it says, broken elevators terrify older people and those with disabilities, apartment buildings. Well, duh. 2 apartment complexes in West Philadelphia. So look, for you and you and you who are in these crazy buildings where you've been placed on second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth floor, and the elevators are not reliable, the manager is not reliable, the building maintenance team is on drugs most of the time. I don't care what the situation is, but if you're feeling trapped and you're feeling worried and stressed and having to cancel appointments because you can't get out of the building, this is what I can suggest you do for the situation. Number one, You can call the Department of Housing, and there's a whole listing of who you can connect to. If you can't get anybody at the Department of Housing in your state, then find a social worker or an advocate that can come and see you and talk to you about your situation. If you can't find an advocate, then call a lawyer who deals with people with disabilities or elderly or deals with building issues, and see what they can offer, because some lawyers, yes, they want payment up front. Others, they say, I'll put the lawsuit together, but then I'll pick out a percentage, whether it's 10%, 20%, 30%, but it really doesn't matter. Once the lawyer hears it's not just you, it's a whole group of people, then that's a big advantage for the attorney, because that is a huge compensation that you all would get and that the landlord would get. If it's not the landlord, I'm sorry, that you would get and the lawyer would get. So you really need to think about this. You don't deserve to be threatened. You don't deserve to be, put on warning. You should never be threatened to have to move. None of that. You are a human being who has rights, and especially if you're in a government building in which, or in a building in which receives government payments for your rent. That's even more serious. So organize yourselves, talk. You don't have to do this alone. Find an advocate in the community where you live and get this started so that things can improve, and so you don't have to live in this stressful situation. You don't deserve it, and the law is on your side, not on the manager's side, not on the owner's building side. It's on yours.